Life is full of many opportunities. You just need to touch life today.
Has happened. Understanding is the key, and this is why teachers teach. And sometimes there's no learning because we must understand the child. You see, the thing there is that a child can learn without a teacher. They can learn without a teacher. They don't need us to learn. In actual fact, Maria Montessori said something. She said that I will know that I have done my job when the child said, when I can see that the child can exist without me. I'm paraphrasing what she said, but that was what she meant. That the child should be able to learn on their own. And I will be happy that I have done my job when the children can learn on their own. They don't need us. You see, the Montessori teacher is a guide. You are a guide. The true teacher is a guide. Anything I say about the Montessori teacher, forget about the fact that I use the word Montessori. Just hear teacher. The teacher is a guide. You are there to guide the children. What is the goal of education? Really? People, please answer me. What is the goal of education? Anybody? Anybody? Please, can you find anybody wants to answer? Because we are all here. Oh. How many of us are teachers in here? Put up your hands. Teachers, what you want to achieve in order to be able to get there. Somebody that does not know where they are going cannot get there anywhere. Oh. You need to know. Number one thing, you are in a classroom. Nobody is answering this question. It is important. Please, mommy wants to answer here.
The goal of education is to help the child to check their course in life. So teachers are like touch bearers to show the learners, the students, the way to go in life.
Thank you very much. You see, the two answers we've got, they deal with the core of what it is that we are doing. We are preparing these children for life. That is it. Preparation for life. For life, oh, not for certificates, not for Pali, which is what Nigerians place premium on. Pali is not for Pali. I have done so many courses in my life that I do not even bother collecting certificates. If they give me, fine. If they don't give me, fine. I don't care. The thing is in my head. I have already learned what I want to learn. I don't need to go and prove to anybody. I'm sorry. I don't have any easy behind my name. I don't. But I take this thing seriously. Why? Because it is the tomorrow, the future. When I'm dead and gone, 100 years later, what I've done today, it will either have a negative effect or a positive effect on the future of our nation. So you take it seriously. Your job as a teacher is a very important one. Please, don't allow anybody to tell you that because they don't pay you what you are supposed to be paid, therefore you are nothing. You are something. You are the bedrock of this country. But if you do not treat your job as a bedrock and you just treat it like anyhow, then you too yourself, you are anyhow. That is why the children come to school and they don't want to be in school. Because we do not value what we are doing. Somebody who is in school to help these children find their path in life, to help them to understand the world, to help them to become solution providers, problem solvers. Why is it in Nigeria today that we are still going through a period of our country living on generator all the time? No electricity. Why? We go to other countries that are not, they cannot even stand near Nigeria with all the things that God has blessed us with. They have 24/7 electricity. We don't have. And I'm ashamed to say that when I was a teenager, more or less, that was when Nigeria started having problems with electricity. Before then, we had 24/7 electricity. They never took the light. And then they suddenly started taking the light. I cannot be the age that I am right now. And you want to tell me that Nigeria has not been able to come up with children, adults today that can solve this problem. There is a problem if you can't solve that problem. and it is our job. I'm an artist by nature. I am not a scientist, so I can say, okay, it is not my fault, but it is partly my fault. I need to take responsibility for the fact that we have educated so many people after me and we have not solved this one problem. I know what my eyes saw yesterday in order to be able to be ready for TOSSE. Because there was light and then there was no light. And I had to make sure that there was light so that I could complete everything that I wanted to complete, to be here standing before you. It is absolutely important for the teachers to realize their importance. But you see, when you look at learning, you need to realize, as I said, that the child does not need you to learn. But you need the child. If you come to the classroom and there's nobody in the classroom, who can you teach? Please, can teaching go on? No, you need the child. So if we are going to do what we need to do, my number one resolution is you need to be able to understand the child. You do not understand the child, you cannot teach the child. This is one thing that makes Montessori stand aside. I can tell you emphatically that anybody that takes on Montessori and takes it on truthfully, not people that say Montessori on top of their school board, but they are not doing any Montessori. I'm not talking about that one. No. Montessori is a money grabbing name. Some parents, when they see Montessori, they don't know what it is, but they believe that this is what my child needs. So they go and register their children in those schools. Even we that are doing the right thing, they will enter our school and say, which one is this one? My child cannot come to this school. I mean, I tell the parents when they come in, we don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do this. If this is what you want, please, this is not the school for you. I would rather go my school small by small with parents that understand and want their children to excel, not parents that want quick fix. Because learning is not quick fix. We must understand these children. You see, the thing there is that as adults, we are interested in completing whatever job we have in front of us and moving on to the next one. Quick and fast. Be efficient. Quick. I remember one of the first jobs I got. When I started, I didn't even know what God was doing. That was a long time ago. Because I was distressed about how things work out, I studied theater arts. And you know, in the 1980s, theater arts, the way theater arts was done, even the women that were in it, they didn't respect us. And I looked at all the people that were around, not married, 2 children, not married, 3 children with different husbands. And I looked at myself, hey, is this what I want for my life? The answer is no. So I went and got a job as a nanny odo. That is what I did with my honors degree, because I did not want in any way to now spoil my life because I want to be an artist. So I took up that job. I didn't know what God was doing. But look at me today. At that point in time, if anybody said that I will go into the education field, I would say it's a lie. But that was the beginning of my journey. It wasn't even when I started the Kids Zone business. No. It started a long time because I decided to go and be a model for somebody, look after their child. That's where I started learning, bit by bit, and I did not know I was learning for the future. Now, you see, the thing there is that we need to be aware that our children, on the other hand, they're not interested in the end product of whatever it is that they're doing. They will finish doing what they're doing and then they will start all over again. Have you noticed that thing? And a lot of times, as adults, we get angry at them. You're like, you just finished sweeping this floor. Why did you pour everything down and then start sweeping again? Have you noticed children do that? Very annoying to somebody who does not understand them. They are interested in the process, how to do it. That is what is in their mind. How can I get this thing done? How did they do this? Okay, they've done it, but they know that they did not do it well. So they pour it down again and start all over again. The child is interested in the process. So when you start getting angry, and I have shown you once, Kilobe, get it. You did the exercise in class. You did 1 or 2 exercises. They have not gotten it yet. That is why teachers teach, and children, they will not learn. They cannot learn. They cannot learn if we do not give them time to process what it is that we want them to learn. Why do children come to school and they don't learn? Maybe because the class is boring now. You see, as I'm here now, the only reason why people are not sleeping is because it is early in the morning. Even us as adults, by afternoon, we listen to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lectures. We will start going like this. So, the child will talk. If we are here to help them to get to where they need to be, how can they get to where they need to be when you have broken their spirit? Why? Because they didn't do what you asked them to do. Tell them again. My little nephew came to see me yesterday, and he was all over the place in the school, running around, putting his hands in things. In actual fact, most of the breakages we have in our school come from children that are visiting from other schools, not from my children. People will say that they cannot put their Montessori materials in the classroom because the children will spoil it. It's a lie. The only reason why they will spoil it is because you did not teach them what they should do. If you teach them what to do, they will do it, they will know. But you cannot say that you taught them because you told them. No. You role play it. You remind them, you talk about it, you practice it. It needs to be a daily thing. When they are making mistakes, you remind them gently. Remember what I told you? You are not supposed to do it this way. This is the way we are going to do it. Okay, so let us do it again. When he came, he just carried the chair one way. And I said to him, I said, my dear, I think I remember that I showed you how to carry a chair a long time ago. Do you remember? He said yes. I said how? And he carried it that way. Obviously, nobody has been saying to him, carry the chair properly. He will not be dragging the chair. He will carry it, he will use it to knock somebody. And nobody corrects. And then when he now has an accident, you say, look at you. Are you not old enough to know 5 years old? You don't know what you are supposed to do. No! You start right from the beginning, gently, with patience. I'm not a patient person. No. I'm not holier than thou. In actual fact, when we were coming, I was saying that, my pastor, he has patience. Because there were things that I was supposed to get done. I didn't get them done. He called. I didn't hear, I didn't pick up. But when I found out, I now sent him a text and I called him. And he said, don't worry, just send those things to me. I said, okay, so I will send it. I got distracted again. I didn't send it until 2 hours later. And I sent it. I now called him. He said, okay, I've gotten it. I will see to it that it gets done. I was not wondering that. This man did not tell me off. So we need to be patient. I think I'm more patient with the children than I am with adults. So with that, I am willing to get to where I need to get to. We are a work in progress. We are working at getting better. We are not where we need to be, but we need to realize that these children are different from adults. They're not adults. Don't treat them like adults. Understand them. First thing that you must do as a teacher is to understand child development. Understand where each child is at. A child that does not want to share at 2 years old, 3 years old, you are beating the child. You are breaking their spirit. They don't understand sharing. So you need to be able to put them in a position where they will be fine with sharing. Use this thing. If you don't have money to have many, it's fine. Even in the Montessori setting, we have only one. So that the child can learn that he has to wait his turn. And they learn. These are things that are put in place. We understand them. But we would have told them right from the beginning. Once they enter your classroom, you need to set your rules. Very nicely. Not in a horrible, don't do this, don't do that, you must do this, you must do that. No, but conversationally, let them know what is expected of them. they will learn. Why do we have mixed stage classes in Montessori setting? It's so that a lot of the learning can be done through the older children. They know how to talk to each other. We don't know how to talk to them. A child learns better from another child that is a bit older than them, that understands the concept though, than from an adult. There is no way that you, the adults, will tell them and they will get it. That is why in the Montessori setting, a 3 to 6 year old, which is our nursery school children, you don't do that much talking. You present to them. You just show them. The talking, they can talk amongst themselves. If they don't know something, they won't come and meet you first. They will go and meet another child. I've seen it. It's not only Oyibo children that do it. Even our children, they do it. But they learn. And we are so glad. There was one girl that I was saying she's not ready to go into primary school. She's not ready. This was last year. When I came back this time around and I saw the girl, I was proud of this girl. She's not ready. Before, she used to be running around. I said, if this is a person that they want to go and stay in primary school, she will not survive. She will be bored. She will be frustrated because the teacher will be expecting her to be writing notes. That's another thing. Not writers, teachers. Hey! It's time wasting. It's time wasting. You will sit down, write lesson notes. And some of us, that lesson note that we are writing, let us tell the truth. It is the one from 19 that we are recopying. So they want lesson note, I will give them lesson note. Me, I know what you are doing now. I don't agree with this lesson. I've told my teachers, I know what you are doing. So the school, we will spend time and just go and print out what it is that we want and we'll put it, that is our own manual. That's how you teach the children. Now your note is where is each child at? What do I need to do with each child? How can I help this child? That is your lesson notes. Going to write notes for these children. Are they ever going to have enough creativity to be able to write for themselves when every single thing is written out for them to copy? You make these children copycats. So why would the child be interested in coming to school? Whereas a child that you teach something interesting, you make it real to life by showing them real life examples, by allowing them to use their hands, to use their body, to move. Children need all these things. If you put all these things together, and this is the way you teach, not just stand up like I'm standing up and teaching and talking. You cannot teach these children, even primary school children. I know that that's what happens in their classroom, but it's not good. They still need practical activities to put everything together. I know we know all these things. Show me, tell me, but if you show me, if you show a child, the child will learn. If you allow them to now do it, they will remember. And they need to remember for life. What is important for a child to know? You need to figure that out. When you are walking through your lesson plan, what are the important things that these children need to take away and remember in 30 years' time? Concentrate on that. A lot of times we are concentrating on the things that we should not be concentrating on because we have spent all the time writing lesson notes and writing notes. So even to think, we are not thinking. And teachers need to think. And if we are not thinking, the children are not going to learn. We need to know where we are going to. Everything that we do, we need to know what the goal is. In 20 years' time, 30 years' time, this information, which part of it is so important that I need to make sure that these children get it. That is the important thing though. People are concentrating on trick questions. Why do children not learn? Child development is absolutely a to-go area as a teacher. What is my solution to your notes taking, note writing? I must give you that solution now. When you teach the children a concept, you should have some certain key words that are important. Remember I said, what are the things that the child needs to remember in 20 years, 30 years time about this specific topic? What are the key words? You write those key words down. After teaching, you talk through the key words, ask them questions. Did they understand? That way you will know whether they understood what you were talking about. Ensure that the children actually know the meanings of those words. Once you have done that, you now ask the children to write their notes using those, write sentences using those keywords. End of story. There are so many things that are going on within the mind of the child and skills that you are teaching the child when you ask them to do those things. You cannot now be doing this for 30 lessons in this subject, in another subject, in a session, and then you will now come out 2 years later, the children cannot write creatively. This is one of the reasons why children end up cramming. You give them the notes, they cram, and they come and pour it out for us. And some of us don't even ask them questions that will make them think. A little bit, at least a little bit. If they're primary school children, a little bit. Not that you will now ask them a straight question that will now come out from your notes. So if they crammed it, they will get 100%. That's why these children get 100%. They've crammed it. And let me tell you something. God is a good God. You know the way He does the brain of these children. They will cram it and they will remember. Because they have an absorbent mind. That is the time when they can do all these things. Until they get to secondary school age, they can cram and cram and cram. Even secondary school children, once they've gotten used to the cramming, they will cram now. What did we do when we got into university? Was it not cramming? You cram, you go and pour down. And then after you pour it down for the lecturer, you've forgotten. I have finished. Hallelujah, congratulations, I have graduated. No. You are a lifelong learner if you are teaching children. You need to continue to learn. Kudos to all of you, because some of you are on midterm and you could have stayed at home and said, after all the wahaya, let me just rest with Jerry. No, you came. Continue like that. You will see that that is what is going to get you to where you need to get to. It is important for us to be aware that the children have different needs from the needs of the adult. You must understand these children. You see, the child who is in your nursery school, that child, when they come in, they're saying to you, show me how to do things. I want to learn how to do it. By the time they're leaving your nursery school, they should be saying to you, I can do it myself. You see, part of the problem that we have is that we have children that cannot do it themselves that are moving on to primary school. And you know, primary school teachers, this is one thing I've learned about the primary school. Primary school teachers don't like to have babies in their classroom. They find it frustrating. A child that cannot sit down and listen. What is the child doing in this classroom? This child is disturbing us in this classroom. You now start getting frustrated. But the child is just being their age. A 5-year-old, what are they doing? I'm sorry. And a lot of us, we all know, even our children, they are 5-year-olds, they're in primary 1. By the time you are talking about primary 5, they are 9 years old. They are going into secondary school. Then when they get to secondary school, the same thing. Because a child who is in primary school is saying, I want to learn how to think. It is the age of reasoning. So when you push a child that has not learned how to do things physically into an age of reasoning, you are pushing them beyond what they can deal with. We need to understand, as parents, as well as teachers, educators, don't allow it. I know what my eyes have seen running in school, and I tell my parents, I can at least stand down, say it. I tell them, I'm sorry. My conscience will not allow me to put this child in the class you are talking about. If you insist that your child must go to that class, I'm sorry, we can't do it. Basically, I'm not going to tell you take your child and go. I'm not going to be rude to you. But that's what I'm saying. If you can't listen to me, because I am the doctor here. And remember, I told you I don't have any ED behind anything that I have. I'm an artist. But I know this thing. And I will not do it. My conscience will not allow me to do it. I tell my parents, I'm sorry, we can't put the child in this class. The child is not ready. It's up to them to now decide whether they will take their child and go somewhere else where they will allow it, or they will leave us. And a lot of our parents, because of the way that they see that we care, some are taking their children and gone. I am not fighting with you, take them. But a lot of them leave the children. And then they come back and say, ma, you were right. I can see the difference in this child now. Now she's ready. And I know the child is ready. The one that the parent told me, over my dead body, my child is not going to stay in this nursery school. My child is going to primary. I said, please, let us not talk about that one now. When I come to Nigeria, we will talk about it. And we talked about it. But now I can see the child is ready. In actual fact, on Monday, I was talking to her teacher. And they were supposed to be out playing. So the child now came to me and said, Mrs. Falekulo, are you using this second chair? I said, no, I'm not using it. So I removed my things there. She now said, thank you. Can you can't hear me? Oh, sorry. Okay, it's my fault. Okay, so the child now said, thank you very much. She carried the chair and she took it to their play area where the teacher was coming to. So when the teacher finished with me, she now told the teacher, excuse me, this is your chair. And the teacher said, oh, for me, thank you very much. A couple of months ago, this child will not be thinking that, oh, my teacher needs a chair, there's a spare chair here. Because that chair is usually the ones that the teacher uses. But I put my bag on it. She collected the chair nicely. She's thinking, teach me how to think. Show me how to think. A primary school child is telling us, I want to learn how to reason. I want to learn how to think. When they come into primary 1, primary 2, that's what they're saying to us. By the time they reach primary 5, primary 6, they're telling us, I can think myself. You have achieved what they are yearning inside of them. That's what they want to achieve. So don't push children. When parents come, because the children won't learn. If you are pushing them beyond what their age can deal with, they are not going to learn. That's why teachers teach, and children don't learn. Is the class too abstract for the child? That's another thing. Abstract. In the Montessori, we say it is important to start from the concrete and move to abstract. You move slowly. That's why we use materials. Some people say, these materials are expensive. Very important. In Nigeria, what is one of the main things that we know about all of us? Pata. No eye for detail. Okay, but nobody is. Okay. Hopefully everybody is going to get this. Did you all put down your, what's it called? Your email address? Okay. You will get the presentation. Because me, I'm not going to talk about what is on my mind now. But it's basically following what is there. So, anyway. And I was going to ask another question later on. Now I won't be able to ask that question, you see now, because we are not using the presentation. Okay. So it's important for us to understand that we need to start from the concrete and go to the abstract. Even if you are not in Montessori school, try and make it activity-based. At least we can do that. Montessori, that woman, who is to her? Every single thing she did, thinking through step by step. How the child starts with the concrete things and then they move it bit by bit until when they get to abstraction. By the time the child gets to abstraction, there is nothing we are talking about that the child has learned that the child does not know. And what am I saying here? I'm not saying that Montessori children are geniuses, that they know everything. That's not what I'm saying. Another problem that we have why children don't learn is because we tend to want to finish the curriculum. The school has a curriculum. You have a diary that you are following week by week by week. This lesson must be taught, this lesson must be taught. If that is the way you are handling these children, they won't learn. Some children are artistic. Some children are scientifically minded. Some children love writing. They love reading. What is it? Find the depth, the inner being of that child, what they know. Fan that into flame and use that to help them with everywhere else. What is it that this child needs to learn in this subject? Where is the child at? Not this is what is in the curriculum to teach. I know that it is difficult for teachers to be able to do this within a system that says they must follow the curriculum, follow the diary of the school. But even within that system, and let them lead the way, show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how it used to be. Please, we know this song. Go back home. Sing it to yourself. Listen to it. Let it speak to you. It will tell you why you are in those classrooms. It will tell you why you started your school. It will tell you why you find your duty as a parent important. The children are our future. We need to make sure that we give them a sense of pride. The children want to learn. They are born learners. There is no child, even a child with learning disability, please, they want to learn to the best of their ability. So please, let's give them a sense of pride, but it will start from us. Know your children, and you'll be able to teach, and they will learn. Thank you very much.